Well, thank you very much. We're delighted that you're here to record. Um, I was a lecturer at Manchester Business School, so I started past this because I had knowledge of running a business, and because I was also a lecturer, so I knew the same problem the doctors had.
Right, well, my expertise was as a physio, so medical knowledge, medical proofreading was second nature. And I come from a publishing family, 7 generations of book publishing, and so that was also relevant and helpful.
Well, I was fortunate to have an American friend who was a doctor at Yale, and he'd already started a business which he called Pretest, and we thought we could do something similar to what he was doing in the States, in the UK, and that's what got us going.
It was lucky that I was working as a physio at St Albans City Hospital, so I was then on maternity leave, which was wonderful because it gave us time to research the situation with MRCP exams in Britain. Well, I think we discovered that the UK doctors taking MRCP had a pretty raw deal, that the pass rate was very low, even with a lot of very bright doctors. Some of those bright doctors were going to fail. And I think we really felt there was something we could do by providing practice exams, just like your friend.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do, provide practice exams to help people pass the MRCP. Well, the difficulty really was finding suitable doctors to write the exams for us and to collect um, collect questions by going to some exams and talking to the customers.
One of the things we implemented was going to the Royal College exam venue, and by collaring doctors as they came out of the exam venue, saying, if you'll come opposite to the pub, I'll give you a beer in exchange for telling me some of the questions. Needless to say, the Royal College were not at all happy and sent me 2 letters at various points, which we totally ignored because there was no legal reason why we couldn't chat to doctors afterwards and find out what they'd remembered. But it was a struggle getting high quality questions. Changes in exam, that was horrendous. Just when we had a very large question bank, for example, MRCP questions, the Royal College changed to the American system. The UK questions were 1 out of 5. 1 was accurate out of 5. And the American system was each question item could be true or false. So we had to change the total question bank of thousands of questions and get competent doctors to alter the questions so that the answers were clearly true or false. That was quite a big struggle. I think my biggest mistake, and it was definitely all down to me, was for our first courses, we thought the people that would be the best teachers were the really knowledgeable senior consultants. Couldn't have been more wrong. These senior consultants arrived at these courses. In those days, they were weekend courses and consultants in every subject that you needed. But the consultants, instead of keeping to the straight and narrow how to pass the MRCP in cardiology or urology, they set off on their research results and their research topics, and it went down like a lead balloon. I had complaints that they were completely off target. London, Manchester, Glasgow, they all got their money back. They had their money back, and we learnt from them the people that you need to teach are young senior registrars. Try and choose registrars who have already failed once or twice, because they will know exactly why they failed. So from then on, the courses took off, and any senior registrar who was lecturing who didn't come get 10 out of 10 was never invited back. And one rather nice detail is that if you had that you taught for pass test on your CV, then it was a big plus point.
It's obviously changed a lot as the exams have changed, and it changed because we started off by publishing books, and then we started running courses, and the staff in the office built up and became better at looking after the whole business. I think that's, and then the technology came in, and of course that has been a big change, because we originally didn't have any even computer knowledge, let alone apps and things like that.
I mean, 1972, when the first computers came in, it was a big learning curve for everybody, for doctors and for us, keeping abreast of that technology. And it's still racing ahead. Well, I think we were very excited to have over 200 junior hospital doctors taking an MRCP course at one of SOAS, London University's lecture theatres. And 200 was a lot of people to organise and to hand out books and courses and notes. We had great feedback. And we felt very proud that we'd been able to keep so many ambitious young doctors satisfied and impressed with what we were doing. One of my memorable moments was entirely due to Nigel. He said, "What are these horrible biscuits these hard-working doctors are getting?" We were at Barts Hospital at the time, and he said, "Why don't you treat them to some wonderful sticky buns?" So we contacted the local Swiss baker, who at 6:30 for every morning of that was a 7-day course. When we launched the sticky buns, I went in and collected trays of sticky buns and took them to Barts Hospital for the beginning of the course. Great success. And the word went round, if you go to a pass test course, you'll get sticky buns instead of biscuits. So that was certainly one big memorable moment. Another one was when I got a letter from a doctor saying, "There are so many wrong answers in your book. You are encouraging doctors to fail, and we are going to report you to the British Medical Journal so they never take another advertisement." So I thought, oh, what am I going to do with this letter? Nigel comes back from the office saying, well, what's wrong with this letter? You're very lucky that somebody cares. And I said, well, I'll write a letter in the morning. "No, you won't," said Nigel. "Get on the phone straight away and talk to this doctor, explain how it could have happened, and ask for his help." And this splendid junior hospital doctor went through the book, for which we paid him, went through minutiae, pointing out all the problems. And that lovely doctor worked for us freelance for the following 2 years. And the word must have got round that, pass test was reliable and reacted quickly to any problems. But yes, that was a memorable moment.
Well, I think the values are providing good quality material, providing a good quality course or a good quality book, and making sure that we respond to any problems that occur. And those were the key values, looking after the customer in every way, in every sense. I think really the biggest change has been to move from books and courses to move to online learning. That's been the biggest change, because also in the medical schools, the doctors used to be given some help with paying for a course, and then that all stopped, and there was no more subsidy from the
Health authorities used to pay.
So they used to pay something towards the courses, and they didn't any longer. So we had to develop material which would be easier for the doctors to prepare themselves with.
Their study leave was, paid study leave was withdrawn, and that had a big impact on our courses, because if you couldn't get time out, didn't have a colleague who could cover for you, and you weren't being paid for study leave, both that and the fact they had to pay for their own course had a huge impact.
Well, I think there will be changes, because medicine is always changing, so the way of teaching it and presenting it to students will change, and we have to change with that. So I think the thing for us to do is to keep in touch with the students, medical students and junior doctors, to make sure that we maintain the standard of giving a high quality product which they can help to train from.
We must be the best at what we can do. I think we realized over the last 50 years that it's no good just being an addition to the market, that we've really got to shine.
Well, I think we hope it will continue to provide the excellent help that it provides at the moment for junior doctors, to enable them to gain the knowledge they need to be good doctors, and therefore to pass the exams.
And we may find new fields to investigate where there's a need, because exams for sure are here to stay. So maybe we'll find some pastures new to add to medicine.